She stood under the old streetlight, arms folded tightly across her chest, the wind pushing her dark hair across her face. Her voice was quiet, almost lost in the night air as she whispered, "I don't matter." And in that moment, he froze. Because deep down, he realized she believed it. And that broke him more than he could have ever imagined. Her name was Emily. She wasn't loud, she wasn't flashy, and most people passed her by without ever noticing the pain hiding behind her gentle smile. She worked double shifts at a small grocery store just outside Toronto, barely getting by after her mom passed away and her younger brother left for the military. Emily didn't complain. She just carried on, day after day, surviving. But inside, she was fading. Michael met her at the store one rainy evening. He had just moved into town to start over, taking a job as a high school guidance counselor after burning out in the city. He noticed her right away, not because of her looks, though she had a quiet beauty, but because of the way she treated people. She always greeted the elderly man who came in alone. She always helped struggling moms with their carts. She didn't know anyone was watching, but he was. Over the next few weeks, he'd visit more often, not just to buy apples or milk, but to see her. One day, she looked especially worn out. Her shoulders slumped, eyes red. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. Emily forced a smile. "I'm fine, just tired." But she wasn't fine. Later that week, he found her sitting outside the store during her break, head resting against the wall, staring up at the stars. He walked up slowly and sat beside her. Silence hung between them, but not uncomfortably. Then, almost without warning, she said it. "I don't matter." Michael didn't know what to say at first. The words cut through the quiet night like broken glass. He turned to her. "Why would you say that?" Emily shook her head, eyes still fixed on the sky. "Because nothing changes whether I'm here or not. I go home to an empty apartment. I work. I sleep. I smile when I have to. No one really sees me." He didn't speak for a moment. Then he looked at her, really looked at her, the exhaustion in her eyes, the sadness she tried so hard to hide, and the deep longing just to feel seen. "You matter to me," he said softly. "And I know you matter to more people than you think. That old man, he only shops here because you're kind to him. That mom with 2 kids, she told me last week you helped her when no one else did. You've been a light in places people didn't expect to find one. Even if you don't see your impact, it's there." Emily looked down, tears spilling silently onto her hands. Michael didn't let the moment pass. "I think we live in a world that shouts so loudly. We forget that quiet people can change lives too. You have. You changed mine." From that night on, he started walking her home. Just simple steps in the cold air, small conversations, shared laughs. He helped her fix up the broken heater in her apartment, brought her homemade soup when she was sick. Slowly, brick by brick, he built a bridge to her heart. And for the first time in a long time, Emily let someone in. There were days she doubted again, moments when the darkness crept back in. But now, she wasn't alone. Michael stood beside her, reminding her of every person she had unknowingly touched. He encouraged her to apply for a part-time program in social work, saying, "People like you are exactly what the world needs more of." And she did. Hesitant at first, but she did. A year later, she stood in a small classroom, reading a letter she had written during the first week of the course. It simply said, "I don't matter." She looked up, voice trembling, and said, "I wrote this when I didn't believe I deserved to be seen. But someone saw me, and now, I want to be that person for someone else." In the back of the room, Michael stood with a quiet smile and a proud heart. Sometimes, love doesn't arrive with flowers or grand gestures. Sometimes it shows up with quiet presence, small kindnesses, and the refusal to let someone believe they are invisible. And in proving to her that she mattered, he reminded all of us that we do too.